Minister. Just a news break coming in right now on the Indo-Canada ties. There's been a lot of focus on this. There was a pull aside also that happened. And we can confirm for you here on India Today that the Khalistani issue was also raised. The Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was cornered at the G20 summit because he was asked directly about the Khalistani menace that is brewing in his soil, that's having a direct impact on our security in India. So Trudeau has confirmed at the press conference that he held right after the pull aside with Prime Minister Modi that yes, there was a discussion on Khalistani terror. He's highlighted that we respect rule of law and freedom of speech. And he said that a freedom of peaceful protest will be protected. The question is, how peaceful is it when they talk about assassinations, when they're issuing warnings to the tallest leaders in the country? But this is a message from the Canadian Prime Minister, and this perhaps explains to you why right now there's a bit of freeze in the ties between India and Canada, which you could see in those pictures also. Every time the Prime Minister and the Canadian Prime Minister exchanged any pleasantries. Let's play out for you what Trudeau said.
Over the years with Prime Minister Modi, we've had many conversations on both of those issues. Obviously, Canada will always defend freedom of expression, freedom of conscience, freedom of peaceful protest. That's something that's extremely important to us. At the same time as we're always there to prevent violence, to push back against hatred. I think on the issue of the community, it's important to remember that the actions of the few do not represent the entire community or Canada. The flip side of it, we also highlighted the importance of respecting the rule of law, and we did talk about foreign interference.
Let me bring in Abhishek Bhalla on this broadcast. Abhishek, the issue of Khalistani terror was raised in the meeting between Prime Minister Modi and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. But it's clear really that Canada at this point refuses to take any concrete action. If you listen to that reaction, it kind of defines and explains for you in as many words as to exactly what is the problem right now between India and Canada. It is clearly that Canada refuses to take this problem seriously.
Well, there is a lot at stake as far as the domestic politics of Canada is concerned, Akshita, and that's the reason why perhaps they dilly-dally on Indian concerns over the Khalistani movement. Not surprising, this kind of a reaction. Whenever this subject has been taken up, this is the kind of response one gets from Canada, and of late, this has in fact become a bit of a hurdle as far as the relationship between the two countries is concerned. But Akshita, while we are at that, I just want to shift focus for a while, because there's a lot of activity happening here at the International Media Centre. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is expected to visit this place a little later in the evening. So the area has been cordoned off, and it's maybe at one side of the cordon. I think journalists will be allowed, and he might just walk the aisle. Other than that, there have been the security checks, last-minute rounds by security officials, Delhi police, everybody ensuring that things are perfect, because Prime Minister Narendra Modi, just when everybody was thinking that we can sort of relax, because it's the fag end of the summit. Last couple of days have been extremely hectic, but suddenly a lot of excitement, not just for the journalists, Indian journalists, but even the international media that's here. People are talking, asking whether all these arrangements are being made for the Prime Minister. Well, that's what it looks like. We have a confirmation that he will be visiting the Crafts Bazaar, and after that, the Prime Minister might just want to come here and say a hello to several journalists who've been covering this summit for the last 2 days.